If there is anything you should be withholding as a punishment, if there is anything you want to use to punish your hubby or your wife, it shouldn't be sex. Because they can get it anywhere. Listen to me, they can get it anywhere. Hello, amazing family. Welcome back once again to Miriam's Daily Wisdom Nuggets. If you're a returning subscriber, if you're an old subscriber, and if it's your first time here, if it's your first time seeing this beautiful face, you're welcome on board. You're welcome to this channel. Stay tuned. We have something amazing as usual to discuss here on this channel. Don't go away. So amazing family, today we are going to look at reasons for resentment in marriage. And first of all, to understand this topic, we have to look at the word resentment. What is resentment? Resentment simply means harboring anger or ill will. Harboring anger or ill will against somebody that you feel has hurt you, against somebody that you feel has harmed you, and you can't get yourself to stop it. Many husbands and wives have gotten to the level where they are harboring resentment against each other due to avoidable reasons. Resentment has led to divorce. Resentment has led to many women leaving their husband stranded, or many men leaving their wives stranded and walking away and never coming back. Number one reason, the top reason for resentment in marriage, is not showing appreciation for what your partner does for you. Refusing or refusal to show appreciation for what your wife or your husband does for you in that marriage or in that relationship. But I've noticed that in marriages these days, couples don't appreciate each other. That's thank you. We don't say thank you anymore. We feel like, okay, she's my wife, he's my hubby, he's mine, I'm his. There's no need to say thank you. That's wrong. We were doing certain things in relationship. We were saying all the thank you. We were giving all the kisses. We were giving all the hugs. We were writing notes. We were buying cards. We were making calls, sending text messages to our partner when we were yet dating, when we were still. You are now married and you can't appreciate your wife. You are now married, you can't appreciate your husband. What went wrong? What went wrong? That is a question we should be asking ourselves. What happened? Is it out of pride? Is it out of ego? Is it out of the fact that, okay, I've got him, he's now mine, she's now mine? All those things are not necessary. Let me tell you, appreciation is very necessary. Appreciate your wife or hubby. Appreciate the love of your life. Appreciate him, appreciate her. And let me tell you, they will never resent you in marriage. And number one way to stop resentment is to appreciate your husband or wife. Appreciate them. No matter how small, no matter how little their effort is in that marriage. It's not all about money. It's not all about money. Go out of your way to appreciate your wife. Go out of your way to appreciate your husband. On their birthday, appreciate them. If it's Mother's Day, call her a mother. Celebrate her for being the mother of your children. Celebrate your husband for being the father of your children. Another reason for resentment in marriage is treating your partner like a child. Treating your partner like a child is very, very bad. Many husbands fall victim to this one I'm about to talk about. You know, many husbands are older than their wife. When we grade it on 100% level, 90% of husbands are older than their wives. Sometimes, because the husbands are older than the wives, it makes them begin to treat their wife like a child. And let me tell you, that is another top reason for a wife resenting her husband. Please, let me tell you, once you take a wife, once you pick a wife, crown her the queen of your heart, put a ring on her finger, and call her your wife, she's no longer a child. She's no more a baby. So whenever she talks to you, listen to her like she's an adult. Okay? Stop treating your wife like a child. Stop treating your husband like a child. Give them the chance to speak. Many husbands don't allow their wives to speak. Many husbands don't allow their wives to express themselves. Especially screaming on your wife, shouting on your wife. It causes resentment. Any husband that when your wife wants to express herself to you, she wants to talk to you, she wants to explain something to you, you begin to scream. You shout on her, you shut her down. Let me tell you, it makes your wife feel like she's still a baby. And it causes resentment. It causes a wife to start harboring hatred in her heart for you. So if you're a husband and you have been screaming down on your wife, shutting her down in an argument, it makes her feel like a child and it causes resentment in marriage. Some wives are also like that. When their husband is trying to talk to them, they begin to scream, they shut him down, they tell him, no, I don't want to hear it. They shout, they scream, they shut him down. If you're a wife and you're doing this, maybe your husband is a quiet type, it will cause him to start hating you. So please, let's stop treating each other as children. You're all matured adults and you chose to be with each other. When you treat each other like children, it causes resentment in marriage. It causes your wife or husband to have a hatred, to feel hurt, to feel anger. And in the long run, they can't stop themselves. It grows into hatred, which can lead to divorce, which can lead to separation. Another reason for resentment in marriage is withholding sex as a punishment from your husband and wife. This one, most women do it. When your husband does something little to you, you begin to withhold sex from him. You tell him, I won't give you. Some women will even go and wear trousers and go to bed and lock it up and tell their husband, I'm not giving, I'm not giving. Let me tell you, you are causing your husband not only to resent you, but to go out of your home in search of other women. Many women have pushed their husband out of their marriage because of this attitude. Why would you withhold sex as a punishment? When you were dating your husband, when you were in a relationship, you were giving it back to back. Every minute, every second, you were giving it without even him asking. Now you're married. God has recognized it. He has put a ring on your finger. And in heaven, it has been recognized that you're now a wife to Mr. This and Mr. That. And when he does any little thing, you withhold sex as a punishment. What are you doing? Do you think you're the only woman on earth? Let me tell you, you're going to push him into the arms of another woman. And when you do that, don't go crying because it's your fault. This is why many husbands have gone out of the marriage, out of the home, in search of fun and adventure out there because their wife decided to withhold sex as a punishment to the husband. My husband did this to me, so I'm not going to give him. Let me tell you, if you don't give him, he's going to get it out there. He is going to be satisfied, he's going to catch fun out there, and you'll be the one losing. Withholding sex as a punishment in marriage has caused resentment in the heart of many husbands. So please, if you're a wife or you're a husband and you're punishing your wife or husband with sex, let me tell you, you're wasting your time. You will cause your husband to leave the marriage and go and find somebody out there. You will cause your wife to leave the marriage and find somebody that will satisfy her. And in the long run, this is what leads to divorce. And God hates divorce. So if you're in marriage and you know that the only way you can punish your husband or the only way you can punish your wife is by denying them sex, let me tell you, you're very immature. You are very, listen to me, you're very immature because you're not the only woman on earth. So if you're doing this, you're causing your husband to resent you. And if you're a husband and you're doing this to your wife, listen to me, if you're a husband and you're doing this to your wife, you are pushing your wife out there, to the gate man in your house, to the drivers in your house, to the boys, the young boys that are serving you in the house. Withholding sex as a punishment is not actually a punishment. It's not actually a punishment. You're punishing your own self. So please, let's stop all these things. We are not children anymore. You can talk about it. You can talk about it. Whatever it is that is troubling you, whatever it is that your husband has, or whatever it is that your wife or your husband has done to you that you do not like, please call them in a loving manner and tell them about it. They will change. If there is anything you should be withholding as a punishment, if there is anything you want to use to punish your hubby or your wife, it shouldn't be sex. Because they can get it anywhere. Listen to me, they can get it anywhere. So if you think you're punishing them, you're not punishing them. If that your husband or wife doesn't have the fear of God, be rest assured they will get it out there. Listen to me, they will get it out there if they don't have the fear of God. So be careful. Let's be careful what we are doing. Let's be very careful. Never you withhold sex as a form of punishment for your wife or husband. They may get it out there. They may get it elsewhere if they are not really a born-again child of God. Hope that one sank deep. Another reason for resentment in marriage is trying to change your partner, trying to change your wife or husband. Let me tell you something. If you were not able to change your wife or husband during courtship, if you were not able to stop that man from smoking, that man from drinking, that man from flirting, that man from womanizing, that woman from flirting, that woman from drinking or smoking or a certain bad character in courtship and in relationship, be rest assured that you cannot change them in marriage. If you were not able to change your beloved when you were dating them or when you were courting them from a certain character, if you were not able to change them, stop them from certain habits, don't bother yourself in marriage because you can't change anybody. Trying to change your husband or wife in marriage, listen to me, trying to change your husband or wife right in the marriage causes resentment. You can't change anybody. It's only God. It's only God that can change a man or a woman. The only thing you can do right now in that marriage, since you have said I do and you have a ring on your finger, is to be prayerful right now. Prayer can reshape him, prayer can guide him, prayer can control him, prayer can put him in shape. And it's only God that can totally change a man when it's that man's time to be changed. The mistake that many wives and husbands made, and they are still regretting till now, is that they told themselves in that courtship and in that relationship that, okay, let me get married first. Let me get married first. I will change him. When we marry, I will change him. I will change her. That was the biggest lie you told yourself. That was the biggest mistake you made. Because you can't change a man. You can't change a woman. Only God can change a man and a woman. So please, trying to change your husband or wife causes resentment. Especially if you're not even prayerful, especially if you're not even strong in the things of God. You have to really be strong in the things of God. You have to really be prayerful for your prayer to have impact, for your prayer to work, for your prayer to actually move mountains, for your prayer to actually do something in the life of your husband and wife. You really have to be strong in the word of God and in the things of God. So if you're thinking that, okay, just by marrying him, because of the love you have for him, or because of the love you're showing him, he will change, that's a lie. So stop trying to change your husband or wife. It causes them to hate you. They feel like you're trying to deprive them of what they love and what they like. When you're trying to change them in marriage, they feel like you're depriving them of something. If you couldn't change them in courtship and in relationship, you can't change them now. The only thing I advise is that you be prayerful, you study the word of God, take it to God in prayer, and God may help you. God will change him in his time. God will change her in his time. It's not in your hands to change anybody. Nobody can change anybody. So when you're trying to change somebody, when you're trying to change your wife or husband, you cause them to hate you, you cause them to resent you. So please take note. Lastly, another thing that causes resentment in marriage is expecting immediate forgiveness after you apologize to your wife. Many husbands and wives expect that their husband and wife will forgive them immediately they apologize. That is not true. When you actually wrong your wife or husband in marriage, it takes time for them to really calm down. When you wrong your wife or husband in marriage and you apologize and you realize that you wronged them and apologize, it takes time. It takes time, a few days for some people, a few weeks for some people, a few months for some people. And if you're the type that maybe your wife or husband takes time to forgive when you apologize, let me tell you, you don't expect them to forgive you immediately you apologize. Give them time. When you do something bad to your husband or wife in marriage, do not expect immediate forgiveness. That's it. Simple as that. Don't expect immediate forgiveness. Some people take a week, like I said. Some people take a month. Some people take days. So please give them time to forgive you. Give them time to get off the pain. Give them time to get over the hurt. Give them time to get over the fact that you hurt them, because many people react in different ways. So when you hurt your partner in marriage, give them time to forgive you. Apology may be accepted, but give them time to work on their heart. Some people have heart issues. Some people have issues with letting go immediately. So don't force your partner to let go, to accept your forgiveness immediately and start talking to you. Some people find it difficult. So please, whatever causes you to wrong your partner, your wife or husband in marriage, avoid it, so that you don't need to be apologizing and expecting forgiveness every time. Thanks for staying with me this far. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell icon so that you can stay notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thank you very much and God bless you. See you next time.